Just, man, join the chat, join the chat, join the chat. This message is pretty much for the young women and the young girls. But first, we're going to go into what the topic is about. And the title of this is called Men Don't Really Love Their Wives. You know what the title of that is? Because I saw a couple of things and I was just like so confused. There was a picture of a woman, and then there was a picture of another woman. The other one was dressed kind of scantily, and then the other one was like dressed all like conservative, whatever. And the man said he plays with his side pieces for fun, but he takes his wife seriously. And I'm like, you take your wife seriously? How can you take your wife seriously if you have a side piece? See, what people don't go into details about is I'm deep. I'm the type of person, I look way below the surface. So you're just not just going to come to me with some just foolishness and try to pull one over on me. For one, my focus is when, if a person's cheating or they're doing me wrong or whatever, my focus is not, everybody's focus seems to be on the cheating. My focus don't be there. My focus be on, listen, you gotta go. You know why you gotta go? Because you're obviously having sex with somebody else. And who knows if you're using protection. And if that person is not in a committed relationship with you, they could be having sex with other people too, unprotected. So where does that leave me? On the spot for getting some type of disease. But see, that's not what men think about. I think about, but then again, as women, we can't get mad at the men because if they don't even care about their own sexual health, why would you think they would care about yours? If they are here putting themselves in a position to get something to bring back to you, why would they care about you if they are just out here doing anything? But nobody sees the underlying part. The man just sees, well, especially the ones in the Kevin Samuel group, which is crazy to me. They make money. And so in their minds, because I make money and I pay for everything in the household and I take care of everything, I have the right to go sleep with other women. I have the right to put you in a situation that could possibly harm you physically, mentally, and emotionally because I paid the bills. When the fuck are you men gonna get off that bullshit and get off this logic? If you marry somebody, you're supposed to respect them and take care of them. If you want to be out there in the streets slinging penis all around, be like Diddy. You can't be mad at that man. That man is not married. He's not committed. He's not married to anyone. So what he does is a rich man and have a whole bunch of, that's how you're supposed to do it. Not marry someone and make them feel like shit because they have money. Because you have money and you're able to control the situation with money. I put myself in other people's shoes a lot. And one of the things for me is I don't like to do things to people that I wouldn't do on me. Let's take Nicki Minaj, for instance, right? Nicki Minaj's husband. Now, I don't know that man's financial status. People always talking about, oh, she's broke. But from what I heard, he was an industry person and he got money, whatever. But anyway, we all know that he don't have as much as money as Nicki Minaj. So let's role reversal. Now, if she decided that she wanted to go out there and mess with a whole bunch of different dudes, right? Should he accept that? And men will sit there and say, no. Nah, he shouldn't accept that. He shouldn't accept that. But y'all do it to y'all women. This is why, like, people always say to me, like, oh, you're not going to get married? Oh, let me hook you up. Or let me just, I don't want to be hooked up with nobody. I'm perfectly capable of finding someone if I want someone. But I haven't come across anyone that I really want like that because nobody brings me peace. I'm deathly afraid of catching an STD. And from these people out there just slinging their bodies around. Y'all sitting up here sleeping with y'all side chicks. But who is she sleeping with? And who is the people that she's sleeping with? And who are they sleeping with? People share themselves too much around. They share themselves around a lot. And so the concept of and see what is going on now that I'm seeing, this new generation is different. The men now I'm seeing are mad. Oh, they can't find no good wives. Well, I'm not gonna play the blame game or none of that stuff. But if you listen to women talk about why they choose to be single or why they don't want to be in a relationship, it's because they haven't seen anything healthy. They haven't been in one. They haven't seen any healthy marriages. They seen how they aunts, mothers, cousins, they seen how people from growing up were done. And they don't want no parts of that. And women are living happier lives being by themselves, being content, making their money. That's why this whole high value man and all this other foolishness and this, listen, it's two different. Like back in the days, women had to deal with that stuff because they weren't the breadwinners. And they always talk about, like in the Kevin Samuels group, oh, big mama, big mama, big mama, this, big mama held the family down. Big mama, was Big Mama happy though? Think about it. Was Big Mama happy? She did all this sacrificing, but was she happy in the process? Was she happy not being able, having to accept side kids, the embarrassments of him, grandpa messing with somebody up the street because she can't go nowhere because he takes care of the house. He pays for everything. And I think that's the selfish way for men to be. So the woman that you're supposed to love, cherish, to sickness and health and all that other stuff, it's okay for you to go out and possibly bring her disease, possibly bring her trauma because you pay the bills. Because you pay the bills, because you pay for everything. So that is, I'm trying to figure out how that relates. As a wife, as your wife and your companion and the person that you love, that's what she has to go through for you to take care of her. She has to be disrespected, humiliated, cheated on, all type of, so that you can provide for her. So who's happy? Just you now. So you're a provider. Your wife is at home, and you're out there doing whatever you're doing, possibly bringing her disease, possibly bringing her trauma. If there's men listening to this, I'm gonna just tell y'all something real quick. A lot of men know this, but they don't know this. Okay, so y'all always talk about how women are emotional beings and they're emotional and they think with emotions and all this other stuff that you guys say about women. So if you know that's the truth, why do y'all play with females? If y'all know we thrive, we move off emotion, we react off emotion, why do y'all play with women like y'all do? This message is this part of the message. Let me tell you something, men. All that side chick stuff you got going on and all these other different females, unless you're going out there and having sex with a prostitute and just having sex with a prostitute and you never see it again. But y'all be having side chicks, which means you like that person, which means you're in some sort of relationship with that person. There's some feelings there because you're continue seeing that person behind the main person's or your main chick or whatever you want to call it's back. And y'all not understanding that the other chick that y'all have, depending on what type of person she is, it won't end well for people. Y'all gotta stop playing with people in the name of, oh, because I have money, so I should be able to treat you like this, or stop playing with people. And that's, if you want to have multiple women with your money, do that. But it's just selfish. It's very selfish to marry someone or be in a relationship with someone and say, well, if I take care of you and pay all these bills, I should be able to go out and have some fun. I'm still trying to figure out. I want some men to call in, and I want them to call in and I want you to I just want some clarification. I want you to be able to, I want you to tell us how this correlates, how this, how they go together. How does this make sense? I bet you any amount of money No man is going to call in. No man is going to call in and tell us how this relates, because they can't, because it doesn't. I'm waiting for any man to, if anybody comes in the back studio, if I see anybody in the back studio, I don't know how you do that. I'll let you in. Definitely will let you in. Because I just need clarification. I need to know, how does that relate? I pay all of the bills, but I get to go and mess with other women. And I also want to know, if your wife was say you lost your job today and you was the breadwinner, will it be, and your wife was the breadwinner, would it be okay for her to do the same, for it to be the same way? I bet you it wouldn't. It's just the selfishness of it all. And then if you do it, oh, you're a slut, you're a whore. It's the selfishness and the shaming of it all. That's the sad part about it. That to me is just control. It's just, you want to control the way a person lives, but you want to do what you want to do at the same time. This is why I tell these young women nowadays, get your education and be independent. Be independent. Trust and believe. I've seen too many situations. Listen, it's called high and dry. Women married to men for years. Years. Then all of a sudden, he pick up and leave and ride off in the sunset with somebody else. You done dedicated your whole life to this man, and all he did was do you dirty, and you're supposed to be his wife. Now you sitting there struggling with nothing, trying to pick up the pieces, trying to financially get it together, because you relied on his income, because you relied on, him to take care of you. So either you're going to be stuck or you're going to leave and have nothing. And I think this is what these men really want to do. I think that's the whole thing. It's control. It's, if I'm rich and I pay the bills, I know you're not going nowhere, so I should be able to do whatever I want. And it's sad to me, because it's like, in order for me to live a life where I'm comfortable, I'm happy, I won't even say happy, because if my husband's out there cheating on me, I'm going to be happy. But I'm able to live a comfortable life where my bills is paid, I could take trips, I can do these things. But the cost of that is, I don't know who's watching me. I don't know what female wants what I have, and she could be trying to kill me or take my life. Or we've seen this before. People don't think it happened. Oh, it will happen to me, until it happens to you. It's like y'all taking chances. And I got all this luxury. I got everything I want. I got, pool, this fancy cars, but my coochie is burning. I went to the doctor and they told me this, because my man's out there sleeping with everybody. So yes, I have everything, but now I got a disease. I got something that's going to take me out of here, or something that makes my body, all in the name of having luxury. That's why I want them in the call and explain to me how this relates, because and please also explain to me, if it was the shoes on the other foot, your wife is mad rich and you don't have money, is it okay for her to do that too? I respect any man who, you can be a whore if you want to, but don't just get married. Don't, be honest, and don't put other people into the mix with their feelings involved. You over here telling this woman you love her and you want to be with her, but you cheating on with five people. You got all these other chicks. You got all these other people in a space that she don't know nothing about. I saw this I was listening to one of these I forgot what it was called. Water Roses. I can't remember what it is. And we're gonna get to Water Roses too. Water Roses. I forgot what it was, but anyway, so this man was cheating with this woman. And this woman called in and she was talking about how she's basically stalking the wife. She got a membership at her gym. She gets her nails and her hair done to the same places she goes, and she finds out when her appointment to come in. She's stalking this man's wife. This woman don't even know. So the woman that you love and you want to protect and you chose to be with, honor, cherish, love, with all that other stuff, you put this woman in the line of fire. You got a woman following her around, looking at her, checking her door. She don't even know. So this is the type of things where she's chilling and this woman could just come up and attack her. You know why this woman could just come up and attack, really get the best of her? Because she don't know this woman. She knows nothing about this person, but this person knows everything about her. This is the shit y'all do in the name of talking about y'all in love. Then I wonder why women don't want to get married no more. They live in their best life, drama free, STD free, mental's clear. Yes, it might get lonely sometimes, but it's better than drama. These men are so disrespectful. And I say that because I'm watching, and this is the thing. This is what I honestly, truly believe. I believe that if you get married, not everybody, I think a majority are going to get cheated on. The husband's going to cheat. And I say this because I go by what I see out here. So there's this show, War of the Roses. And it's like a calling show. People call in to see if their husbands are cheating. They offer the husband roses or whatever, or flowers or whatever, and then see who he sends it to. Now, out of about 100 calls, I'm just going to give them the benefit of the doubt and say 5 men actually sent flowers to their wife and wasn't cheating. So the other 95 was cheating on their wives. So now we have 100 faithful women, and we have 100 men, but only 95 of them only 5 of them is faithful. So basically, 95 of these women are going to get cheated on. The ratio is too high for that. So that's why women is just like, we're good. They, like I said, you men are not showing no examples. You're telling women you love them, you want to be with them, you want to marry them, but then you're cheating on them and doing them dirty and greasy. And the sad part about it is, you men really expect, oh, a woman's supposed to be with you, right? She's supposed to, when she gets married to you, she ain't supposed to have no sex with nobody else for the rest of her life. Why? Because she's married to you. But you should be able to go out there and have sex with other people because you pay the bills or whatever, because you're a man, whatever. Newsflash. And I'm just gonna keep it real with you, because I know some of y'all wives. Y'all sex is trash. Y'all sex is fucking trash. Terrible trash. Throgger. They be talking about y'all. But guess what? They won't cheat on y'all and sleep with somebody else. They asking in other ways how they can spice it up in the bedroom for y'all to make it better. They're not going out there and cheat. Why? Because they love y'all. And they don't want to ruin. They don't want to ruin their marriage and ruin the relationship. And they love you and they respect you. That's why they're not doing it. Trust me, they're talking about y'all. And they're miserable as fuck. Because your penis is trash. But they live within, they bear with it. Just putting it out there. So when you're out there having fun, doing y'all thing, most of y'all ain't even satisfying y'all lives. Y'all ain't even satisfying your wives, and you want to be out here cheating. I know this guy that I used to date a long time ago. He's married now. He got married like maybe 2 or 3 years after we, broke up and stopped dealing with each other. And I'm evil because one thing about me is, if I'm not sexually compatible with you, I can't be with you. I'm not even gonna. It's not. People say it's not about sex. It is. It's not about sex. It's all about overall compatibility and all that other stuff. Overall compatibility, yada yada yada. So he got married a couple of years after we broke up, or we stopped dealing with each other, and I'm just looking at his wife like, this is what you got. That's the penis that you're expected to have for the rest of your life. Now, I want to say hopefully this man got better, but he wasn't young. He wasn't in his 20s. He was well in his 30s. And I feel like if you well in your 30s and that's how you doing it, if you're well in your 30s and that's what you're doing, I don't think it's going to change. I just don't. I don't think it's going to change. So, yeah. So when I see these people getting married and like I don't even see as much as weddings I used to see. I don't. I used to see weddings, people posting. You don't even see that much no more. Because women is like, nah. And the men mad. Why nobody would marry? We can't find a wife because they don't want you no more. They don't want you. There's some people out there who have to be with people. And I'm not knocking out. There's some people who don't want to be alone. I was just reading something, and I get a lot of my topics from what I see on social media, so I come and talk about it. This lady said something about her friend's boyfriend. She called him. No, the question basically was, why do women pretend like cheating is a deal breaker? Because for some of us it is. For people like me, it's a deal breaker. And like I said, a lot of people only see the surface. But if you was to really navigate below the surface, it might be a deal breaker for you too. It's a deal breaker for me because it's not so much about you, it's about me too. It's about me knowing that when you go and sleep with somebody else, right? I don't know what's going on in that bedroom. I don't know if you truly use a condom. I don't know what that person has. So you're engaging with sex with them, and then you want to come back to me, right? Now, if we're in a relationship, most likely we're not using condoms. Even if we are, you're still putting me in a situation. So that's why it's a deal breaker for me. I'm sorry, I lost my train of thought. But that's why it's a deal breaker for me, because of that. Some people just look on the surface, well, it's not a deal breaker for me because, that's my man and he comes home to me. Everybody's different. Everybody analyze things different. And everybody, perceive things differently. Like I said, I go below the surface. So if I'm going below the surface, right? And if I'm going below the surface, these are things I'm going to think about. But when you're at the top, you're just like, listen, I'm not really worried about cheating. He takes care of me. He pays the bills. He does it. There's some women like that. And I'm not knocking y'all. Because at the end of the day, people say, oh, well, this person is stupid for doing this, or this person, that. At the end of the day, you can't call people stupid for things that make them happy. I mean, genuinely happy. There's some people who do all this foolishness and they're not happy. They let their man cheat. They cry. They beg. They plead. Like the one girl said. She said, the woman came home, caught the man in the bed with the chick. That's disrespectful as fuck. You, in your own house, you came home and caught a man with a chick, and he always does this, and he always does this, and you always cry and you take him back, right? I always say let that man cheat in peace, because at the end of the day, I mean, he cries, he disrespects you, and he keeps doing it. And in your mind, to me, that's not love. How is that love? You have an unhealthy attachment to someone. Because if someone loves you, you're not going to be crying all the time. If someone loves you, you're not going to be getting disrespected. How can you love somebody and you do certain things to them? That's why I say all these men be coming on there with their side chicks. I love my wife. I ain't leaving my wife for nobody. I love my wife. How you love your wife? If this is what you're doing behind her back, you subjecting to all type of shit that she has no fucking clue about. Stop with that y'all love y'all wife shit. Stop it. Let's keep it a buck. You loves yourself. Okay? I just really seeing all this stuff and seeing what I've seen through men, and I'm not saying men, oh, this and that, whatever, but I'm saying what I've seen through men is that I just don't think men have the capability to be really in love with the woman. I think that they love, they might love their wives, just like, you love your mom, you love your aunt, you want to protect them, but I just feel like when it comes to, it's baffling to me because the person you're supposed to put first up there with your kids, y'all always put them last. Some of the stuff I hear on second day up, I mean, not second day update, War of Roses, it brings tears to my eyes. When I hear the way these men talk to their side bitches and then their wife is on the phone listening to that. And I'm saying to myself, look at this disrespectful ass shit. The man is literally on the phone talking about his wife is leaving to go to work. Come over. Yo, that's disrespectful. How can you sit up there and say you love somebody and you willing to do something like that behind their back? I love this person. Oh, I love that person with all my heart. But I'm over here doing something that could possibly tear their world if they found out about it. So I just gotta hope I don't find out. They don't find out about it. But if they do, it's gonna crush their world. And guess what? I'm willing to take that chance. See me, I'm different. I don't know if it's my Cancer sign or whatever, but I'm not willing to hurt people. I don't get out rush out of hurting people. And I think some of the things is for people, it's just a rush of what they're doing. Not really intentionally to hurt people, but it's just a rush of doing what they want to do. And I think that some people just they're not compassionate enough. They don't have those feelings where it's like, I'm worried about what happens with this person. That's why I say to these young women that's out there looking for a high value man and all. And Kevin Samuels showed that people used to call, oh, they want a high value man. Nowadays, that's all women talk about is a man taking care of them. Oh, he got to pay all the bills. First of all, I agree with that with the men. That's some bullshit. You sit up here talking about, oh, he got to pay all my bills. And so basically you work and use your money to do what you want to do. You bitches can't even pay your own fucking bills yourself. And you want somebody else to pay all of them. You barely can pay your shit. And you want a man to come and pay your bills plus his bills? For what's he getting out of it? That sounds stupid. Anyway, back to the independence toward this independence, feminism, all this stuff, and all this stuff to me just like a disconnect. But at the same time, it's a connect because, like I said, back in the days, our grandmothers and our great grandmothers didn't have these options. They had to take what was ever given to them. Nowadays, our females are more independent, and men want to feel like, well, it's because they masculine and they got money and stuff like that they don't want men. Nah, they just don't want to be. They just want to be straight. They don't want to get with you, be with you for 20 years, and then you decide you want to leave, or you decide that you want to cheat, and I have to make you leave. But now here I am stuck, financially in distress, all this type of stuff because I got out of a situation that was making me unhappy. That's why these women is. I be on the book sometime and I be seeing some of these comments and I be rolling because I'm like, these women are generally living their best life. Some people can't be alone. Some people are like, listen, I gotta have somebody. I know people who jump from relationship to relationship. You see them with somebody today, next week they come with a new person. I'm saying to myself, hey, do you? But at the same time, those are people who have a need. That's why sometimes people don't really be in love. They really just be trauma bonded. They really be trauma bonded. That's why you see these people who argue every day, fight every day, beef every day, but they can't leave each other. Because they trauma bonded. They can't see themselves without the other person. Regardless of how miserable the other person is making them. They can't see themselves without them. That's part of their daily routine, the arguing, the fussing, the fighting. Me, I like peace. I like tranquility. I like all of that stuff. So, yeah, yeah, pretty much. That's what I like. And there's just no peace nowadays. I'm not blaming everything on the men, on some, like these women are perfect wives and all this other stuff, right? And like women don't cheat and stuff and yada, but they do. But the majority of cheaters are men. And I'm gonna just say something to you. I'm gonna tell you the reason. Everybody's different, and everybody has different experiences coming up. I will say for most women, um, that's why one of the reasons why I'm putting this message to men too, and I always say stop playing with females, because y'all know females are emotional. Let me just tell you one thing about females, men. Most females, and I'm saying most, because there are females who have been through sexual traumas, the young age, and things like that. You can have sexual addictions. You can have it's just a lot of things. Some things contribute to, like somebody posted on Facebook. They said, "Do you think your child experiences have anything to do with, have affect how your relationships are as an adult?" Absolutely. So I say most females, like a prostitute for things. She's going out there and she's making her money. When you hear the prostitutes, they zone out of this whole experience because they dare to make their money. But most females, if you're dealing with them on an intimate level, like, okay, for instance, you have a girlfriend, right? Now, I don't know you have a girlfriend. You didn't tell me you had a girlfriend. But you acting like you like me and we're spending time or whatever. We're chilling. Now, we have sex. Because let's be real, most of the time the men act like they like you and all that other stuff. Y'all chilling, you guys have sex. Now, for him, it was just sex. Most of the time for women, when you have sex with, they think women really think you like them. They really think you feeling them. I'm not saying they think you're in love with them, but they really think you like them like that. Watch how many times I've seen Jerry Springer, and the dude will come out and she will be like, "Yeah, me and Johnny gonna be together," and Johnny be like, "Bitch, I ain't being with you. What you talking about?" And she would be like, "But we had sex," and Johnny be like, "Yeah, and what do you mean we had sex?" See, in her mind, they had sex, so he must like her. That's why men and women are different. Like men say, "I'm not a man," but I've heard of plenty of men. They can have sex with a chick and not even care about her, don't even know her name, don't even inquire about her next, don't even care. And this is how it proves, like, you've seen freaking um these crime things where these men assault these women and then kill them because the man, it's just that for them. It's just sex for them. A lot of them too. So women come, "Oh, he had sex with me." That doesn't mean a man likes you. I just want some men to comment, to call in, to prove me wrong. Ladies, if I'm telling the truth, hit the like button. Ladies, men, I want your comments. I really want more comments from the men. I want them to answer the questions. I want you to tell me exactly how you could love your wife. I don't want the men to call in and be like, "Oh, I don't cheat, blah, 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 blah." I ain't trying to hear none of that shit. I'm trying to hear from the real person, real people. Edit your face eyes, the real niggas who cheat. That's who the fuck I want to hear from. I want to hear from y'all motherfuckers, the ones who cheat. Because I want y'all to explain to me how you cheat and you still love your wife. And then, "Oh, dude, I love my wife. I'm saying I gotta have something on the side." What she don't know won't hurt her. And that's the biggest thing. That's the biggest like that I hear from people. What the person don't know won't hurt them. Motherfucker, what you don't know will kill your ass. You know why? What you don't know will kill you. Because like I said, people are watching, you don't even know who they are. Just because your man, your husband, the man who chose to protect you and marry you, hold you down, or sleeping with some chick who's in her feelings. I watched the video the other day, and that's the old video. This happened a few years ago. This woman ran this man over in the parking lot. Then she ran over him again. Then the bumper fell off the car and she started beating him with the bumper while he's on the ground bleeding and dying. Huh? Do you know how much rage? Because he cheated. Do you know how much rage that woman? Do you know how mad that woman was? That woman was furious. She's been with that man for 17 or 18 years. Do you know how mad that woman was furious? This man is laying on the ground dying. She didn't even give a damn that she about to go to jail. She didn't just kill this man. They didn't put the sheet over the man. And she's sitting there saying, fuck him, fuck him, fuck him, whole time. You see the level of rage to the point where this woman is so mad that she took this man's life, continued to try to kill him, and then rant and rave like she don't give a fuck about none of that. That level of anger, you know where that level of rage and anger comes from? That level in anger and rage, just not, oh, because he cheated today. That level in anger of rage either is, I'm tired of this shit. And she just snapped. I've dedicated 11 years to this man, and not once have I slept with another person. Not once have I looked at another person. I've never cheated on this man. And for 18 years, I had to endure the most boringest penis ever for the sake of being faithful and being in a relationship. And for 18 years, I had this man's back, held him down whenever shit was going wrong, whatever. I was there for 18 years. For 18 years, I put up with a lot of shit, dealt with a lot of shit. Once again, let's go back to the whack pain. Let's forget about that. All the stuff that comes with this man. After all these years, wasted my whole damn life. This woman wasn't even out. She might have been like 40. So that means she went from her youth. And now you're doing this. You're putting me in a position. That man is laying on the fucking ground dead. And she going to jail. Because people want to play with people. I'm not condoning what this woman did at all. But what I'm saying is, these are the consequences when you play with people. Everybody's different. I say that all the time. Everybody's different. And people react things totally different. There's people who are calm, but there's people who don't take lightly to that type of stuff. Y'all can't go around talking about you love these people or you this and that, and at the same time you're treating them like that. And freaking what is it, Joey Buttafuoco? Yo, he had a chick come to his. That's crazy to me. He had a female, a young teenager, come and shoot his wife in the head. What? Oh man. I want to do a part 2 of this. I want to do, this is live, but I want to do a part 2 because, not for nothing, I want to see if any men is going to call in and answer. I'm going to give y'all a link to my live show when I do, so you can actually call in. And you can be on the air and you can talk. That's another show I got. It's on with Kay, and it's on Blog Talk Radio. I got to look. Anyway, So I'm about to get up out of here, and I just wanted to do this quick live because it was something that was eating me up and just heavy on my heart for the last few days. I'm looking at all these foolishness going on in the media, and man, listen. And this month, I love my wife. I love my wife. You just finished sending flowers to a chick, and you just finished telling her how you can't wait to be with her. And what was the other thing he said in the message? Some other bullshit. But you got a wife. So meantime, you over there telling that female that, because she's single, ready, willing, and mingling, whatever you single, ready to mingle over there, and you telling her all this stuff, and you acting like I seen one on the before I go, this last one on the Road of Roses. This man was cheating on his wife. He was messing with this other chick for I think 4 months or 6 months, and he had a wife. When it's all said and done, side chick was like, yo, check this out here. I'm with him. They were like, yo, but that's his wife. She's like, basically like, I don't give a shit. I have feelings too. I'm wrapped up in this. And so I'm just not willing to let him go that easy. And they were like, yo, you do realize that's his woman. So I don't give a shit. You see what I'm talking about? He created this situation. Who knows what this woman is going to do? She's basically like, yo, I'm not going nowhere. She seemed like if he tell her she goes somewhere, she still ain't going nowhere. This is what y'all. This is, and you love your wife so much. Ha! Little woman ready to take his wife's head off. But you love your wife. This is why I'm not interested in y'all foolery and y'all fuckery. Because at the end of the day, like somebody said, the person that you will call first is the person that you put last. Y'all be putting side chicks, side pieces, other people. Whenever somebody calls you to give you flowers to say, "Oh, I'm gonna give you a free book," and you send it to somebody other, that's the most disrespect. And then the one man was like, "I gave away what he said. I gave away the free flowers. See, I gave them to another chick because they free." That's the type of dumb shit that comes out of people's mouths. Oh, I would buy. What he said? I wouldn't give my wife no free flowers. I would go buy her some. But I gave her free because she's not that important. I was like, what? This is the dumb shit. And see me, people try to trip you up like that. My daughter's father was like that too. Try to throw you off saying some stupid shit like that. So you could say no, and they don't do that because it's a tactic that doesn't work. That shit works on some people because I've seen it happen. I've seen it. This is not the example, but I've seen examples like that. So, and it will go like this. You see how I said, he said, see, I sent the free flowers to the other chick, and I would never do that to you. I would only buy flowers to send you. See, then there's females, like I said, the surface, they'll sit there and be like, oh, right, he did send me the flowers. You know what I'm saying? I'm giving this example because I've seen other cases like this, and I'm like, what? You didn't, but you missed the fact that, okay. Anyway, so, but he did give them to me though. Meantime, I'm looking like, I'm just gonna dive deeper and say, he still gave somebody flowers though, whether they're free or not. You're missing the point that there's somebody else in the picture. That's the whole point of this thing, to see if someone else was in the picture. We see that there are, and all you could think of is, well, he did send her the free ones, and I just be having a blank stare like, okay, all right, I guess, okay. All right. Yeah, I'm just gonna go with that. Hmm. Hmm. I'm going to leave y'all with that. Comment, hit the like button, subscribe so we can come back and have these conversations. Let's go.